Farewell, Assassin's Creed Syndicate. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and thank you for clicking on the video. Um, Today, we're going to be bidding farewell to Assassin's Creed Syndicate. And we have exactly about 17 days now until the launch of Assassin's Creed Origins, and I am all on this hype train more than I should be, and I have full hopes for Ubisoft that they are going to deliver very well on Assassin's Creed Origins. Now, I want to just go ahead and point this out. I know a lot of people hate Ubisoft, but I actually really support Ubisoft. I love them. They're awesome people, as far as I know. That they put out games that honestly a lot of people don't know how to appreciate or don't want to appreciate anymore because of the way some games come out. Like Rainbow Six Siege. It's in a good and bad state right now, but people love it and people hate it. Assassin's Creed's the big thing, though, that we're going to be talking about. Now, Assassin's Creed Unity came out in 2014, and it was a launch mess for a lot of people. I didn't have too many troubles with it, but Assassin's Creed Unity actually ended up being one of my favorite Assassin's Creeds. At least Assassin's Creed. Whatever. Fuck it. Mainly for the gameplay. I liked the level system. I loved the co-op. And I get it could be that connections could suck and sometimes Arno would do things you didn't want him to do. But overall, I loved the controls. I loved everything about it. The game was awesome. And then the story was very lackluster, and I understand that. But I still overall very much enjoyed it. I would have loved to see Arno again. I like him as a character. But I want you guys to just go ahead and know that a majority of my games in my library are from Ubisoft. Like, I support Ubisoft completely. But I also do agree that they do mess up on some parts, and content or the way games release can sometimes not be good. But I don't think they do this because they hate us. They don't mean to. Maybe some things get rushed out and they do mess up, and that's their fault and that's on their part. But I support them, and I believe they have a long way to go, and they're not going to give up anytime soon. And that's it. I love to support them as a company. As a game development team. Assassin's Creed is one of my the whole franchise of Assassin's Creed, it's one of my favorites. The open world, and they try their hardest to make the best that we can have. Like Assassin's Creed Syndicate, I really do enjoy this game, and that's what we're going to be saying bye to here. Syndicate it had its issues, but on a gameplay standpoint, it worked really well. The combat was fun. It was something a little bit different than what we're all used to in some terms of combat, in some ways. And I'll be honest, the story was really good. Just the ending was very meh. I didn't care for the ending. Or at least the final boss, as I'm gonna say it. The game's been out for a while. If you guys haven't seen the ending, then I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not going to say anything about it. But the fact that you could swap between Jacob and Evie was really cool, because both of them, they did have their own kind of features, you know. Overall, the skill tree was very similar. There was basically anything that Jacob had, Evie would have, but they did have a few things that were different that the other couldn't have. Like, Evie was more focused on stealth, while Jacob was more like, oh, fuck this, going loud. But they all had their own motivations throughout the story to make it really good. And the fact that you could just swap between them, as you'll see me doing here, like I'm playing as Evie now, and it'll swap back over to Jacob. It was really cool just to swap between them just for the fun of it. If I wanted to go ahead and point out things that I didn't care too much about Syndicate I want to just go ahead and be honest. I think the overall color contrast of the game, it was not as pretty as it could have been. Like during the daytime, it looks really good, but like nighttime and when it's foggy and stuff, it just looks very ugh. Like, I don't mind games with depressing kind of settings and stuff like that, but it was just a little too depressing. I just wish it was as colorful as Unity. Now, here gameplay wise is where it gets a little glitchy. As you see, this is a perfect example, I had to kill this guy and I couldn't really get to him. I eventually found a way to kill him, but it was just it was a funny little glitch. I didn't think anything of it, but it was kind of cool. Um, but overall, there weren't too many glitches like this. This was probably the first time I've ever experienced that, and this, keep in mind, I just played this again last night, so just for me to only see that glitch is not bad. A thing that actually bothered me a little bit was the lack of content in the combat department in general. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the fact that you only have the sword cane, a cookery dagger, and the brass knuckles was a little lackluster, and you just had different variants of it because there's a leveling system, and it just didn't make any sense to me. We've come from a long way since Assassin's Creed, where Altair only had just really a sword and his hidden blade, and you know, Assassin's Creed 2, or I mean Ezio's trilogy in general, weapons went on and there were a lot of weapons. And then Assassin's Creed 3, you know, we mainly had the tomahawk, but you had a bow and you could pick up rifles and the rope dart. There was a lot of stuff there. I mean, Assassin's Creed 4 kind of did the same thing with having a good amount of weapon variety. And you know, we get Assassin's Creed Unity, and holy shit, Unity had so much variety in weapons. Like, you had heavy weapons, one-handed weapons, rifles, long weapons, a bunch of variety, and they were all different. And you could upgrade them to how you liked them, and there was a lot of customization, even in the player. You can make Arno look like a fucking, like a pink flamingo, and then go to like this shadowy dark color if you wanted to be more in the shadow type thing, and it was really cool. It helped with the RPG aspect of playing the character how you want to play. Now in this game, I'm using the Japanese assassin's outfit for Eevee, and I can't think of the name. Avalon. I don't remember. I didn't pay too much attention to that character for Assassin's Creed. I love Assassin's Creed, I really do, but I only played mainly the main entries. I never played Liberation or any of that kind of stuff, or even the Chronicles or whatever. It just never interested me. I take the main entries very seriously though, and when Assassin's Creed doesn't work and be how I want it to be, it's upsetting, but that hasn't really happened. I've enjoyed every Assassin's Creed. The only one, I'm going to be honest, my opinion warning, I'm about to give an opinion that's about to piss so many people off. I didn't care for Assassin's Creed 4. Black Flag was really cool. Like, I liked Edward. I loved it. It helped tie in some story throughout 3 and Rogue and all that. And even a little bit in Syndicate. It's just, I didn't care for naval combat as much. I didn't enjoy it in Assassin's Creed 3, and I didn't really enjoy it there. It was fun. It worked. Like, I see why people like it so much. It was fun. But towards the end of the game, I started getting, it felt more of a chore than a lot of things. But it was a lot of fun. Like, I want you guys to understand that I still enjoyed it, but it felt more like a pirate game than an Assassin's Creed game. But maybe, y'all let me know. Let me know if I'm wrong. It was a lot of fun, though. And it was very pretty, but it's definitely not in my top favorites, to be honest. But y'all let me know down in the comments below. Y'all can bash on me if you want to. Now, for other things, the blood in this game. Fucking Jesus, I don't know what happened. That's probably one of the most upsetting things about the game, to be honest. The blood is like kind of ass. You see blood when you do a hidden blade takedown, but it looks very cartoonish, like it was taken out of Chronicles. And it didn't make any sense to me at all. Like, you go from Unity was super bloody, and I love the blood in Unity, how it splattered everywhere, and it was super realistic, and it looked so good in my opinion. And then they do this. I don't know why they did this. Maybe texture issues or something, but I mean, I don't like the blood on here. There's not enough blood, honestly. That's just my opinion. Obviously, you guys might like it. Now, what I've seen in Assassin's Creed Origins, the blood looks like it was amped up a little bit more. It's probably not going to be as crazy as Unity, but it looks like it's going to be better than what we have in this. Let me also say, I didn't care for... I liked how you had to conquer London. In the end, it was about taking over regions and all that, but once you did all that and you completed the game, there was nothing else to do. You'd have to find random police on the streets and fight them, and maybe some Templars. But it wasn't even like Unity, and I know I'm comparing this to Unity a lot, but that's because I stand by Unity's side. Unity, even when you completed the game, there was always like random outposts that would maybe even reset and you could go back and do. But it never felt like, oh, this is just resetting and it's getting repetitive. No, because you run around the city so much, just coming back to it's just fun. And there's always Templars, you know, either on the roofs or just a squad of them walking around. And it's so fun. And then there's the co-op, and this game took out co-op completely, and that's fine. But I feel like co-op would have been really cool. One person could play as Evie, one could play as Jacob, and y'all could just run around together. That would have been really cool. Now, as far as I know, there's definitely also not going to be any co-op or anything in Origins. And I guess that's okay. Origins looks like it's going to have so much content, it's not going to matter. But it would have been fun to be able to play with my friends, because I do have a few friends that are going to be getting it that would love to do co-op. Now, let me go also out on a limb here and say that Assassin's Creed Origins is probably going to be one of the best they release. And that's a lot of people... That could be subject to change, but as it being, I guess, 10-year anniversary for Assassin's Creed, it's going to be a damn good one. The amount of weaponry that I see, I mean, there's swords, there's your bow and arrows, there's shields, there's spears, there's axes, and there's a shit ton of weaponry. And weaponry is a big thing for me. Like, that's one thing that I hated about Syndicate. There was not enough weapons. It made me bored. In the end, the kukri was probably my favorite weapon to use, but it was the same animations and all that. But the amount of content in Origins, like, I like the whole loot system. I think it's really cool. I like how they're doing stealth now. I like the loot system, how the game looks. The game looks colorful and alive, even in this desert world. There's going to be a lot of places to adventure to and explore. I feel like the story is actually going to be pretty good. I feel like the story is probably going to sit on a standpoint between Syndicate and probably Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Black Flag had a pretty good story. I can admit that. It'll sit around there. So Syndicate, I'd say, is medium. Like, it's pretty good. It's not great. But Black Flag, I'd say Black Flag was on a standpoint of being really great. And if you don't want to compare it to Black Flag, you think Black Flag was ass, you could compare it to the legendary, like, trilogy of Ezio with Assassin's Creed 2. Assassin's Creed 2 story was fucking awesome. So we can put it on that level, we'll put it on that bar, but from what I see, I don't think it's going to be necessarily perfect, like an amazing fucking story. But I think it'll be at least Black Flag and maybe Syndicate good. As far as anything else, overall, Assassin's Creed Syndicate was a very fun entry into the Assassin's Creed series. I really do love the game. I really, really do like it. I can't say I truly love it, but it was overall a lot of fun. Definitely excited for Origins. I'll be letting out probably an impressions video when it comes out and gameplay videos later on, just exploring the world and gameplay. So thank you so much to everyone that has watched this video all the way through. If you did enjoy and are excited for Assassin's Creed Origins, please leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.